I wanted to do a follow-up video to my first video about Greenbo and just include the bank fishing spots for those folks who want to see where they can fish at Greenbo off the bank. There are basically three main areas. You have the old beach or the pool area, the boat ramp, and the dam. Also, a spot there that I will talk about. It's a point right off the first cove that is accessible if you walk down a path from the fishing pier. You'll find a picture, and I have those four areas circled so you can kind of see where they lay out as far as the lake goes. Just know that at the boat ramp, it's shallow up until the point where there's stairs that split the guardrail, and then it gets deeper on down toward the fishing pier. At the beach area, it's very shallow toward the parking lot and bridge, and gets deeper the farther you go toward the lodge. And at the dam, it's deep right off the bank. It's 26 feet right off the bank, and it goes out to up to 60 feet middle of the lake. Just remember that Greenbo is idle speed only, so it's very kayak friendly. If you want to take your children out there and teach them how to fish out of a kayak, it'd be a great lake to do that. You won't have boats whizzing by. Also, Greenbo is not fed by any major creeks or streams, so therefore even after heavy rains, the lake stays fairly clear, and you can fish without any issues of like milk chocolate water. Bass fishing at Greenbo is tough, but you can fish, but it's mostly at night for bass. It's also a good bluegill lake, and there are channel catfish stocked. I also wanted to show the lures that I used during that video, and I forgot. So the first is mini shad wrap. Usually this is a very good lure there for trout, but I had very little success that day. I think I may have caught one. The other two lures I use that had the most success is the brook trout colored original Rapala minnow. This is sinking version, and I caught the bigger fish on this, and I've had very good success with this every time I've gone out there. And last it's a mini version of the original Rapala minnow in silver, and this caught the most fish that day, but also caught several smaller fish, probably because of the smaller profile. For you bank fishermen, I'll take you down. This is Clay Lick Road. It's on the right, but it's before you get to the actual entrance to Greenbo. I'll show you what the dam looks like once I'm out on the lake later on in this video. But as you can see, it's a very windy little road. You're going to pass a few houses on your right. And there's the creek on the left that comes from the dam. Right up here is where you will be turning left to go to Greenbo Dam. Up this little road here. It's all paved, so they have it closed. Well, this was the back of the dam. There is a parking lot down there. You can see where the red sign is, and you simply walk up to the left, and that takes you up to the top of Greenbo Dam. We are now entering Greenbo Lake State Park. You'll come down this hill. I'm going to take a jaunt to the right down here for the bank fishermen. So at the bottom of this hill, there's a picnic area and playground down that way to the right. And then if you take this right, this will take you down to the old beach area. There is room, or I guess places down there to fish. This is the lake right here. And this area here is very shallow, but you can see there's a whole area of bank down through here you can fish. Now, one issue you're going to have is going to be weeds and cattails, but there are bank fishing areas. That road in the distance there goes up toward the lodge. If that gives you any kind of an idea where you are. This is that very far cove. So you can see there are areas to bank fish. This bridge goes over the creek that enters down here. You can fish off this bridge. Not a whole lot. You might catch a few bluegill or something small. But there's also a hiking trail that goes around, and I don't know how far up it goes. I think it goes all the way out to the dam. This is the boat ramp. I will take you around and let you see. Again, this is for the bank fishermen. This whole area there will have pontoons when the weather warms, but you're able to come around this little side road, which is fairly new, I mean within the last several years. And they actually have built a little fishing dock out here. And so you can see all of this would be bank fishing. It's a paved sidewalk. There's two fellers fishing there. There is the little fishing pier which you can fish off of. It would allow you to get to the deeper water. It's about 20 some feet out that away according to my fish finder. And of course you have a parking lot as I come up the road here for 5 or 6 vehicles. And so this is kind of the beginning, but again, if you fish from the bank, this would allow you some areas to fish from. There is a path that goes off the side down there, which would allow you to go walk around some. I think it goes all the way to the dam because I've seen people hiking down here, but I don't know how many fishing spots you would find along the pathway. But this again would all be bank fishing from this pier all the way back to the boat dock. So this is the boat ramp. As you can see, it's fairly wide. It's easy for 2 boats to load or unload here. That was the fishing area I spoke of before from the bank. That will have a lot of pontoons on it this summer, and you're allowed to fish there, just not on the pontoons themselves. You can fish off of this little floating dock here, but I don't believe and they don't mind you fishing all along here. So this is all bank fishing again. Not very deep out there, 4 or 5 foot tops. So it does get a little bit mucky in the summertime. And then of course they have the pontoons here you can rent. This is the other end of the lake, kind of, I guess you'd call. Those racks back there hold kayaks in the summer, so there is kayak rental here. But I just wanted to kind of show you, if you look over to that area there, that's the pontoon area. It's only 5 foot deep right here. So it's only 5 foot deep, so even now it's only 4 foot deep. See here how shallow. I'm still in 4 foot of water, not quite 5. Now on the far bank over from the boat dock, there is a channel. I'm still in 5 foot of water. When you're fishing here at Greenbo, this area near the boat ramp is very shallow. It gets deeper a little farther down. Here are a set of stairs that come down off of the guardrail. You see it over there or not, I'm not sure. I'm in 10 foot of water right here. This would be a castable distance from the pier. And I see basically 14 foot of water, 15 foot of water. I don't see any snags or anything out here. There is a hump. There's some fish off that hump actually. It's almost 16 foot of water right now. And it is 16 feet now. Now those little marks are fish. So we're 17 foot off that far corner. So I guess if you wanted to know what's here, now there's a hump coming up. This is probably some snags in there. Those might be grass carp, those big marks. It might be snags, I'm not exactly sure. There are grass carp in the lake and they suck, but whatever. And then coming off that far corner furthest away from the boat dock, I'm in 18, 19 foot of water. So I hope that helps if you're coming out here to catfish. That will be a castable distance off of that dock, and you're looking at not quite 20 feet of water. So hopefully that helps for you bank fishermen. there is a trail that goes along here, and there are some spots. You can see where people are fishing along the bank here. You can see some fishing spots along the bank, if you can even see that. So there are places to fish if you're off the bank, where you can get away from people if you want. Again, what you're going to do, no idea. But I'm still in 18 foot of water, and it would be definitely castable from the bank. I mean, it'd probably be about as far as you're going to get, but 18, 19 foot of water. If you want to catfish, you should have some deep water here off of the boat ramp area where you could fish. All right, for you bank fishermen, again, this is right off the point of the very first cove. And it is, you could walk from the boat ramp down here to that, I spoke about that trail earlier, and you can see there's a cleared area right there where you could fish if you wanted to fish. And according to my fish finder, it's 34 feet, and this is definitely castable from that little spot there. And like I say, it's right off the point of the very first cove here. There's only, well, there's really 4 coves. There's not a whole lot here. It's a small lake. But if you wanted to come down here and fish, just to let you know how deep it is here, you're looking at around 30 to 34 feet. Okay, so you, again, bank fishermen, I promised you a shot of the dam. And apparently, even though that's road is blocked off, there's a couple guys up here fishing. There's one still there. And so you can see that's a little pathway that goes along the edge where you could fish from the bank from. But the main dam area, anyway, the main dam area is coming up right now. And as you can see, it's wide open for fishing. So, keep this guy on, I hope. He's fighting pretty good. So that's the main dam area. And as you can see, it's wide open for fishing. It's all grassy, no trees. As I said before, there is walking trails, or there are walking trails, I guess would be the better way to say it, that come down from the boat ramp. But it would be a long hike, or if you can find it, you just park and walk right up the dam.